And today we saw the latest instalment of the Twitter files. These are documents and communications that show high-level interference, suppression, and sometimes what looks like straight-out fraud committed by big tech, often at the behest of government bodies. Elon Musk is releasing the damning internal files, and today's instalment raises serious questions about the manner in which Twitter and no doubt other big tech giants rigged the COVID debate. That's how it's been described. How? Well, they censored information that was true but inconvenient to US government policy. They discredited doctors and other experts who disagreed, and they suppressed ordinary users, including some who just shared the CDC's, that's the Centre for Disease Control's, own data. The journalist who released this data today is Free Press writer David Zweig, who revealed that Twitter did suppress views, many from doctors and scientific experts, that conflicted with the official positions of the White House. As a result, he tweeted, legitimate findings and questions that would have expanded the public debate went missing. Now, we're not just talking about random accounts being censored and suppressed here, but some of the leading health experts, including infectious disease experts, were silenced or shadow banned, regardless of how truthful and relevant their tweets were. This is during a pandemic. Among those impacted was a Harvard Medical School professor, Dr. Martin Kulldorff. Now, you may remember him from this program. I've interviewed him a number of times. Some of his entirely accurate tweets expressing his expert opinion, which was incidentally in line with policies in numerous countries, well, these tweets were deemed false information and shadow banned, all because he dared to publicise inconvenient facts about COVID's impact on children, masking mandates, natural immunity and other data that was suddenly deemed dangerous because it was at odds with the lockdown mentality favoured by the US Centre for Disease Control, which we now know got plenty wrong throughout the pandemic. And Professor Kulldorff was hardly alone. There were physicians permanently banned for tweeting the CDC's own data that showed the low risk the disease posed to healthy young children. As Zweig wrote today, Twitter made a decision via the political leanings of senior staff and government pressure that the public's health authorities' approach to the pandemic, prioritising mitigation over other concerns, was the science. What might this pandemic and its aftermath have looked like if there had been a more open debate on Twitter and other social media platforms? Not to mention the mainstream press about the origins of COVID, about lockdowns, about the true risks of COVID in kids and much more. Now, I'll be speaking to Tim Blair shortly about the Twitter files and the impact of censoring expert opinions during a pandemic.